Hey, what up, YouTube? This is my new agent deck, which I really like. It's really fun, and you know, it's a deck I thought was really good, and then I started realizing it's actually really good. I mean, I already repeated good, but I want to have an opinion down here, but down below in the comments. By the end, you guys will know what this is, or if you look on the title, you'll know what it is. So yeah, you can get a hint. It has agents in it, but it's not all agents. But I want you to tell me which one would be better to run at locals. I mean, I'm gonna test this out, but tell me which one's better, TGs or this deck. All right, so obviously you want to start out with a 3 Master Hyperion, because Hyperion is just crap. Hyperion is just broken. Obviously, I mean, you go remove special summon. He's the easiest special summon ever for 2700. 3 Earth. I think this card's really good. Just basically searches out your stuff. 3 Venus. Get to your sources a lot faster. Do your plays so much crazier. And, you know, it's just really good. 3 Shine Ball, because they're always alive. And I mean always. Unless they're in your hand just sitting there, they're really dead. So you really, if you get them in hand, yeah, that sucks for you, dude. Alright, next up you got the 2 best cards in the deck. Double Archlord Christia beats the format, honestly. Not so much against Insectors, but you know, definitely gets past them. This card is really live at 2. Like TG Agents, not at all, because the way the deck runs is just not at all live at 2. But it's definitely live at 1 in that deck, so yeah. Next, you got Double Herald. I still haven't told you what the rest of this deck. Double Herald. 1 Honest, obviously. Here's the TG lineup, so you see I do run the TG lineup. Let me put it off to the side. Double Werewolf. Whoa, I run Double Werewolf because I couldn't find room for the 3rd. I really wish I could run 3, but I just can't because I run my 3rds. I run Sangan. Sangan's probably the best card in this deck. You'll see why. 3 Doom. Koei Doom. You'll see, now you may know what it is. Alright, so you got the 3 Koei Doom and 3 Gallus. So I run Monster Mash Agents or Gallus Agents, whatever you guys call it. That's what I run. Well, I don't even know how to focus this thing. Well, whatever. It's a really good card. Basically, just allows you to mill, and then for each start has you inflict 200 points of damage per one. And then you got 3 Birdman. Then you got 3 Witch of the Black Rose. Best card, no doubt. I run Dark Arm Dragon. How awesome is that? I'm so happy I can run that. I was also thinking about running Dark Samorg, because the Dooms and the whatchamacallit instead of Dark Arm, but Dark Arm's actually done some work for me. I mean, it's not always live, but it's definitely good. And you got 1 Gores, obviously. Double Tragodia. 1 Chaos Sorcerer. If you have Gold or Ultra, PM me. And you got 1 Chaos Sorcerer. So that is all. You guys don't really need to see the side deck or the extra. I mean, side deck, basically what I do is game 2. I'll give you guys a tournament report. And if I'm actually going to try to get some duels at locals, but let's see how that goes. But you don't, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, for siding, I usually, game 2, I usually, if I'm sending spells, I usually get rid of these 3 guys, because then it becomes, basically, this is what the deck becomes. It becomes just a Gallus burn deck. Gallus, OTK, potentially. Not FTK. But yeah, it's really good. The card. I usually do side these 3 cards out, though, if I'm ever siding into spells. Yeah. And, Sangan is probably your best card, like I said before, because you can search it all out except for Doom, and once you're trying to get to the Doom as fast as possible, because the other two are just like you can search with Sangan, and I run the 3 Witch of the Black Rose so I can get to it faster. So I try to get the OTK off a lot. It doesn't always work, but I really do like the Witch of the Black Rose. If you open up with like Venus, or if you open up with like Witch of the Black Rose first turn, then you go Venus next turn, it's really good plays you can make there. And I don't know. And what I like about this deck, you don't have to be afraid of using any card because it's always live. And if you don't, and other than the Birdman OTK thing, with the Doom, this deck is just like a normal deck, and you can just play normally. It's just you don't have spells, and you don't have to worry about, you know, you just made a couple cards in your opponent's deck dead for game 1. So I really like that, and this deck is really good. Sorry for the camera was off on my leg somehow, but I really do like this deck. Try it out on Dueling Network. If I if I count only tier 1 decks like Insectors, Windups, and all that stuff, and Rabbits and Agents and whatnot, if I count all of them, out of all my duels, I'm about 20-1, and then 20 wins and 1 loss. But if I count like total decks out of like, you know, weird decks that I've never played before, I'd probably say I'm like, you know, 40-5. I mean, I lost more to like weird decks than like top tier decks. I know what to expect. But yeah, this deck is really good, and I just really want to try it in locals. I just don't have a couple of cards. So yeah, see ya.